damage that that could make. Our entire life, we've done everything to protect our child, ensured that she's never, ever, ever needed anything whatsoever for me and my family. And at this point, I've been advised not to say anything else about it. So that's all I've been authorized to say. Had a couple emergency phone calls. The only thing that I can say at this point is that I can't say anything else about it. First, I need to go and make sure that my daughter is okay. And so it's a lot of tests. I'm not sure if she got to get pulled out of school for the rest of the year. This may affect her in that way. So I have to make sure that she's okay. She's no longer safe even going to school anymore. We got to protect our babies. Under no circumstances will I ever allow for my daughter to go under. So wait a minute. Are you guys telling me, some of you, because I see the overwhelming majority of you are logical, are you guys telling me that it is okay for people to go after underage children? I have to figure out how to pick up the pieces. I have to figure out how to pick. Corey, he won. Corey and Craig, you win. You win, I give up. I have to figure out what collateral damage happened after that. You guys win. I gotta figure out how to pick up the pieces. Family is in shambles, daughter is in shambles. Literally having my wife take her over to get evaluated and figure it out, because crying inside of the principal's office trying to figure out what to do. The shambles.
What I'm trying to tell you, man.
You want to talk about everybody else, wife, kids, and everybody, but when somebody say something about you, y'all got to go to therapy.
Our chicks was looking dusty as right? And so I'm looking at these women, and the women's breath stink, the kids is dirty and nasty. Kids is dirty and nasty.
Look here, boy. I'm gonna give you an out. You leave me alone, I'm gonna leave you alone. But if you don't, it's gonna be more monkey business. I'm Christian first. I'm a Christian first.
Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Listen to this. I had to tap in on the latest chapter of the Corey Holcomb versus Anton Daniels situation. And yes, it went up another notch. Now hold up. I put that clip right there and had to overlay Corey Holcomb's face on it because we on YouTube and you already know how they get. Tight grooves, tight rules, tight guidelines. It's their platform, so we gotta move how they want us to move. In the original clip, Corey had a monkey wrench on his face and Anton Daniels was in a park, and the message was clear. You're talking legal talk about me. You're throwing around words like lawsuits, security, and actions taken. You're saying you've been advised to stay quiet. Well, Corey basically said, I'm about to show you what you did in the past, right here when you spoke about people's kids and wives. I'll have the links in the description so you can see the clip at the beginning, and you can also watch the full segment from Anton Daniels' show from the other day. That was his response to what Corey did on the 5150 show. That's where Corey was dragging his wife and his daughter, mocking them and speaking about what they allegedly had going on. Now, Corey's stance is simple. If you keep it going, I'll keep it going. And I gotta say this part out loud. Anton Daniels, you were directly talking about people's kids, and you were saying some very disrespectful things. I don't watch Anton daily, so I honestly didn't even know he was doing that on his channel. But talking about people's kids like that is out of line. Out of line, period. Now, if you're critiquing in an educational way, like listen, this is parenting advice, or saying, hey, this is how the parents are moving and here's the consequence, that's one thing. But name-calling kids, dogging kids out? Nah, I don't agree with that at all. Kids can't defend themselves. That's the core of my point. That's how I was raised. That's how I came up. So what was Anton Daniels doing on his channel? Out of pocket. And there was another moment where he spoke about DW's son too. And again, let me be clear, If you're critiquing parents and saying, bruh, you're leading your kid down the wrong path, or warning that certain parenting can lead to bad outcomes, that's educational, that's commentary. But crossing over into calling a kid names, making fun of their looks, disrespecting them directly, throwing wild labels on them and cursing at them, that's a whole different level of disrespect, because kids aren't adults, they can't protect themselves. The way I was raised, kids are off limits, whether folks want to admit it or not. And Anton Daniels, you can say whatever you want. I don't know how the legal side plays out with Corey mocking them on screen, but you can't stand on the moral high ground here. Not at all, because the clips don't lie. You were talking really recklessly about people's kids, calling them dusty, calling them nasty, all kinds of wild stuff. Nah, you can't do that. You can't pull up saying don't speak to my kids, but then hop online and start name calling everybody else's.
Now listen, you can move how you want. That's your life, that's who you are as a man. But you cannot stand on that moral high ground with me at all. So Corey Holcomb is basically saying, I'm playing chess now. What are we really doing? And hold up, somebody put that video back out. It was floating around on Comedy Hype or one of those platforms. I can't play it here either because, you know, YouTube rules. But they reposted the clip of Corey Holcomb getting into that altercation with the woman. That's the one where he had mustard on his face and they were arguing outside. She was pointing her finger in his face. He had mustard and all that on him. And a small altercation popped off. I don't know who leaked that. I don't know who gave them that footage, or if they had been sitting on it this whole time. I honestly don't know what went into them dropping that right now. But let's be real, that timing is crazy. And if we keep it a buck, we can call that what it is. But I'll be honest with y'all, Corey Holcomb does not care. Let's not act confused. He makes that very clear. He's comfortable with that. He understands that. I don't expect him to care. We'll talk about it. I'll say what I agree with and what I don't. But his audience already knows he doesn't care. That's just keeping it 100. So, he and Anton are going back and forth like this. Anton Daniels didn't walk in there by accident. He went in there with a purpose. He went in there with a goal. And that goal was to get Corey Holcomb out of character, to try to make him look crazy on his own show. Let's be real, those were bad intentions. The circle talks, not answering questions straight, throwing subtle jabs under the table, all of that added up, and eventually it went all the way left between the two of them. But Anton brought this on himself. Now, let me be very clear. I am not okay with Corey Holcomb talking about his daughter, at all. I don't rock with that. I wouldn't do that. I don't move like that. That's not how I was raised. But if Anton doesn't show up at that platform with bad intentions, we never get to this point. We don't end up with your daughter on the screen. You knew exactly why you went there. You wanted to embarrass that man. You wanted to make him look like a fool. And now he's beating you at your own game because he's showing you how it feels when somebody calls people's kids out of their name. Y'all tell me what y'all think.